everybody. It's Eileen Hickey from At Home with Eileen Bang Bang. And joining me today are my two guests, Lyn and Alice, who I met in my comedy class. Say hello. Hi, Lyn. Hi, Lyn.
Hello.
Hi, Alice.
Hello, Eileen.
And hi. I'm very happy you all could make it.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
It's very exciting. Yes. And I'm here at my apartment in Tribeca. And Lyn is apparently in Soho.
Oh,
circa 1972.
No.
which I actually know exactly where she is. It's Donald Judd's building on the left-hand side. My boyfriend used to build all Dan Flavin's sculptures, who is the guy that invented light sculptures made out of fluorescent tubes. Like, they're very beautiful. They're in the Museum of Modern Art. You've probably seen them. The most famous, beautiful. So Bob would make one for Dan and one for us. So we had a storefront on Thompson Street. And we had all these Dan Flavins in like the window of our storefront. And the relationship didn't last long, though, because they asked Don Judd and Dan Flavin asked my boyfriend if he wanted one of the floors in that fabulous building in Soho. It's now worth like $20 billion. And he said, "Oh, no, we're fine in the storefront."
Oh, man.
Can you imagine?
No.
Well, that,
But that
was a May to December, like, or December to May. That didn't last much longer. He wouldn't let any good opportunity succeed. So, and Alice, you're in Jersey City?
I am in Jersey City. I got back this morning from a cousin of Mount Airy Lodge called Cove Haven. And it's
Buff Haven.
It's called Cove. Cove. Cove Haven.
Cove Haven, yeah.
Cove Haven. It's a duplex. You have red carpets throughout. You've got the champagne flute jacuzzi and two heart-shaped tubs. And
all in your room. All in your one room.
All in, right? Yeah. But my room has a duplex. It was a duplex. And
I always wanted to go there.
It's it's quite an experience. I don't think I'll go back. It's a little dirty. Maybe not during COVID. But I have some fantastic pictures of me. So that's the most important thing.
My parents were there for their honeymoon.
That's
they met at Camp McKay, Mississippi. My mother was a gray lady for the Red Cross. She was a librarian.
Okay.
And my father was having his tonsils out before he went overseas. And my mother used to hear all this laughing coming from one part of the ward. Guess whose part? Dave Hickey.
Oh, man.
And they got married 3 weeks later.
Wow. 3 weeks later?
My mother said to never do that. She said, "You just don't know what you're getting." However, they were married for 49 years till she died.
Right. So, hey, it worked then,
She was like, we had a fabulous family, and she moved to Buffalo to be with my dad. She went and stayed with my father's mother and sisters, waiting for my father to come home from the war. Isn't that amazing?
How long?
Can you imagine marrying someone after, for 3 weeks and then going and staying with their sisters?
Right. Wow. No.
In Buffalo?
In Buffalo. She took the train, and my father's sisters fell in love with her the minute they saw her.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, the minute she got off the train. And Agnes and Marianne.
Okay.
and they were all best friends until,
That's,
they all died. Yeah.
oh,
Isn't that great? I'm named after my Aunt Agnes Eileen.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I have a lot of her. She was the China painter, and I have a lot of her china.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yes, I mean, also was a bookkeeper who would like
Okay.
basically run every business that she worked in.
That's, wow.
So your mom was from Mississippi?
No, my mother was from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
They were on, they were like in the army. She was in the Red Cross. She was the lieutenant in the Red Cross. And my dad was a lieutenant in the army, in the infantry. He'd been drafted. And it was right at the end of the war. And they went to Camp McCain, Mississippi for training. And she was the librarian with the bookmobile. She was, and,
That's great.
wow, even as I say it. And they went to Mount Airy Lodge on their honeymoon, Alice.
Yeah.
Did
Well, that
we
was
say that? Did we say that? I mean, I have a fabulous picture. I don't know if I have it out of the
because
two of
it was
them
a
on the
different.
dock.
It was a different place back then. Well, back then it was like acceptable. That was like normal, and people did that. And now, it was it was just made. The concept was brand new. Uh,
It was
now
considered, I think, a fancy place.
yeah, at the time, sure.
Plus, if you had money to stay in a hotel, it meant you were very fancy yourself.
Yeah,
Not everybody stayed in hotels,
no,
except in the
no,
movies from the 30s, where
that's right.
you never understood how they afforded it.
No, no.
I
you
love
have your-
staying. Why don't I show you? I'll show you around my home in lovely Tribeca, my little
Ooh,
paradise,
let's see.
where they just raised the rent 12%. I just talked my broker off the ledge just about 10 minutes ago. My stockbroker.
Do you have any china? Any of her china?
Yes, I'll show you Aunt Agnes's china, and these are my paintings. So I have sort of they're influenced by China. I don't know if you could. Can you see this one, the blue one? It's like very bright in here. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's a gun.
Yes, with
Right?
roses made from lipstick behind it. I paint with
Oh,
lipstick, eyeshadow, and nail polish.
okay.
I'm true to
Nice.
my school. Yeah. There's
Mhm.
my fabulous terrace. Alice has been here for a barbecue.
Yes. That is a nice terrace.
Yes, we had a lot of fun.
Oh,
And
go to the party. I know. But,
yes, you have to come, Lynn. Adam, you have to come too. Adam's the producer, everyone.
I'm in.
Good.
I'll be
Good.
on the terrace.
And then here to your right is one of my paintings, which the other Lynn pointed out. I've been thinking of getting a blow up doll for COVID so I don't have to sit at a table alone in a restaurant. And, like the one you get for the Hov Lane. And Lynn pointed out that this painting I did of myself looks like a blow up. She said, "Don't you already have a blow up doll?" Can you see it? That's Big Eileen.
That
Yes.
is
That
hysterical.
Can you see it? It's like a photo of me. And then there's all little me's behind,
Yeah.
like a kaleidoscope. And another painting I did of Persian carpets. And my fabric that was on my wall when I was a teenager. I was thinking it's so great to have it here as a grown up. Here's another gun piece. It's a mirror one.
Yeah.
So we're working our way down the modest yet lovely living room. And here's another painting I did of me. That's called Dark Angel. It's like a photograph with, I don't know if you can see things, with nail polish wings.
That's okay. That's all nail polish.
It's like a silver platinum print that my assistant did. And then
Okay.
we printed it. So it was about like 19 inches by like 14 inches. And then I painted nail polish on it. And then we like laminated it to plexiglass. And it has like steel frames that my breakup boyfriend, a welder, they're always welders. Yeah.
What's a breakup boyfriend?
Pardon me, what happened to him?
What's a
Listen, frankly, I don't care. I do miss the dog, however. I miss Django. That was his name. He was a purebred pit bull. It was fabulous. He is fabulous.
Where are they now? Do you know?
They're in East Hampton, New York, which is where I go on the weekends and I stay on my boat.
Nice.
Ahoy. Ahoy. So here's one of her paintings. Can you see it?
Yeah.
You know, and I don't, it didn't occur to either of us that I was painting roses and she was painting roses. Isn't that something?
Your namesake.
Yes. Well, this isn't one of hers, but. So do you have anything of your family? Like china, silver, Lyn? Do you have anything from your
Oh, I'm
parents?
sure I do. I'd have to run and get it though. Everything's in bins mostly.
Well, it was packed away for a long time. And then when I got evicted, I got a chance to put it out. I love it. Wish I could find some more. Seems like it's all around all the time. But I can't find anything right now. But this is my studio now. So we'll have an art tour soon. That's the fabric from Britney Spears nightclub that I got at a yard sale in East Hampton. And these are my paintings. And here's some more. These are all
Where was Britney Spears nightclub?
in New York City. But her decorator had a yard sale and put it. This is one made from nail polish and Puerto Rican chrome. This is what you spray on your bumper when you can't afford to get real chrome. So they call it Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican chrome. That is pretty.
Yeah, you can put that in your quiver, Lyn. Olay. And this is another painting. This one was in Limitless with Bradley Cooper.
You're painting?
Yes, yes, that one. Yeah, that one. That was he and his girlfriend had makeup sex underneath it. Remember, like she dumped him because he was a loser, like a writer who was home alone all the time. And then he took that drug that made him super smart.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's Limitless. What's it called? It's on TV. They made a TV show, right?
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Where he takes his drug and it makes him like super smart. And so he gets really rich because he can play the stock market, blah, blah, blah. And it was where Bradley Cooper crossed over from TV into movies. So good looking.
So how'd you get the painting in the film?
So at my my loft, my former home, which I have been illegally denied, my upstairs neighbor was a set designer, was a production designer for film. And she used my paintings in a lot of movies, like Phil Spector, Eat, Pray, Love, 6 Degrees of Separation.
No way. You need to
Wait.
real just on your paintings.
Yes.
featuring your paintings.
Yes, like they'll be in the background. Like the next time you see Limitless, have you ever seen it? Because it's a good movie. It's very.
I did. I actually went to the theater to see it, but I haven't seen it since. And I think that was like 2011.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was. They made it in Philadelphia, and they made it in Philadelphia. I went to I had to bring my painting to Philadelphia.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot that. Because I used to do extra work in some Philly movies. So that's right. I totally forgot they filmed part of it.
I know. I forget it too. I brought the painting down. It was wonderful. It was great. And better here than Philadelphia. No, better Philadelphia than here.
So, all in all, I'd rather be in Philadelphia. I think that's
yeah, it was.
And the other one is I went to Philadelphia and it was closed.
I never heard that
Really
one.
accurate now.
I love it. Here, look what I have. This is from my parents' wedding cake. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's from the top of the cake.
It's what year?
So that's 1945. 44. Sorry, 44.
It looks new. It's like new.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
Mother kept it boxed up, put away, and then I put it in the shadow box because knowing me, I'd sit on it or something. And there she is, her wedding day. Can you see her?
Let's see here.
Or is it like wait, maybe if I like this. Can you see her now? Does it work?
Is it behind the lamp?
Yeah, wait, I'm just going to get it out. Oh, this is so much fun showing you these things. Alice, you brought this up by saying you went to Mount Airy Lodge.
I know, it all stems.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? Here, look.
I can't believe it.
Now, I can't tell.
Okay, I see her, yeah. That was on her wedding day?
That was her wedding day at Camp
wow.
Mississippi. I mean, and the women who stood up for her and we're friends. I'm friends with their daughters. I mean, to today, we email each other.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, oh, mommy.
She was happy. She seemed very happy on that day.
Yes. Well, she married this handsome Irish, guy. She'd never met anybody like. She was an only child, and my dad had 4 brothers and sisters. Huge Irish family. So she was very happy. She was really happy because she was a lonely only child.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
Really? Are you an only child?
Yes.
Alice, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one sister in Staten Island.
Right. I have 2 younger brothers. Here, and look what's here. Can you see?
Okay, yeah.
It's my wedding day.
Is it really?
Yes, it's my Norma Kamali dress.
Okay.
And my mother and my mother-in-law, and my best friend Barbara, the one I went to see at the baby shower.
Oh, the one that lasted for 3 months.
Yes. The one that lives in Jacksonville.
Right.
Yes.
Where was that?
That was in Jacksonville. I went for her niece's baby shower and, wound up staying there for 3 months.
3 months. The most expensive baby shower you'd ever been to.
And the kid's in college now. I can go to his college graduation. Like next month.
On Zoom.
What? What'd you say?
On Zoom.
Say that again? On Zoom.
On Zoom.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Amazing, huh? Wow. Well, I like this because it means we can all be together. Look at that. I called you at the last minute, and here we all are.
Yeah.
So everyone may not know this, but Lyn and Alice are very fabulous comedians. And we've been in a couple classes together and performing online. I mean, would either of you feel like telling, just, talking, telling a couple jokes, like, you know, talking about something that you've been thinking about and that's on your mind? How about you, Alice?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Eileen, you've heard this, but this is really starting to bother. It's funny and it's weird and it's all pandemic related. The Golden Girls is on from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And I tell you what, my boyfriend, he's an accountant. No, he's an accountant, and he's very, level-headed, doesn't do anything weird, and he just goes at himself. He just completely, just vigorously
During the
masturbates.
Golden Girls.
Yes, because
Wow.
you know what it does? He likes older women, and it brings him back to like a more like a safe time. And then he tries to get with me, and I'm like, ugh. But it's like clockwork. I mean, sometimes I try to take the remote control away from him because I'm like, no, I don't want your dick on me. No, I don't want to watch Golden Girls tonight. But it never happened before, and hopefully when this thing is over, like in 2 years, it won't happen again. I don't know.
It'll be like.
Yeah.
Did you say something, Alice? Oh no, you said, or Adam. But Alice.
Oh no, I mean,
I was thinking
rather
the thing could be like a hot memory, at any time.
I'd rather watch porn with them. I said, why don't we just watch Red Tube or you porn? It's not a bunch of old ladies. I mean, with 3 of them, he just goes cuckoo. And I'm like, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the extra money. I'll pay for the extra $9.99. we can watch it. It's good for 24 hours. But no, he likes this. I'm like, all right, okay.
Well, they're 55 and I'm 73. Let's see. I guess we have nothing to worry about. I guess he can come over for another barbecue.
He's gonna come over. He's gonna come over, Eileen.
Yeah. And how about you, Lyn?
Oh, me. Me. I wish I were in New York right now. Instead of, I'm in suburbia, South Jersey.
What? I thought you were in Soho. It's so convincing, this stuff,
You know where this is. I took this picture like in 2014. So where exactly did I take this? I should know this.
You took this picture?
Yes. In 2014, I believe.
Wow. Yeah, I guess the cars are not 1972. Of course, I can't tell. Not really a car person, but.
So where is this?
That's I'm just thinking that's Worcester and Spring, I think. But I'm just looking, it sort of looks like Canal. Now it's starting to look like it's Canal Street. Is it Canal? Is it Canal Street?
I think it's Spring. I think it's closer to Spring.
So it is. It's Spring. I was trying to read. Oh, it's Broome Street. Does that say Kenny's? What is that? Can anybody read that awning? See the awning? There's a sign.
Zoom. Yes, it does look like Kenny's. Are they still there?
So that's Broome Street.
Okay. Eileen is the New York Queen. Eileen, the New York Queen.
This is my world. I moved to Soho with a good-for-nothing artistic boyfriend. So many of them. And quite enough time. I moved there in 1968.
Wow.
Over 50 years, half a century, more than half a century.
And the storefront is right there at 72 Thompson where we lived. And it was a manicurist. It's been a lot of different things with a purse place, a manicure. I think it's a manicurist now. I went and took some pictures of it a couple years ago. And it looks exactly the same. It's like a tenement walk up. We were the walk down. We were the walk in. We were on the ground floor. And we had these two big plate glass windows, and there was a trucker next door that used to start up the engines like, 5 a.m. every morning. Oh my goodness. And it was all Italian, all Italians. And I learned to cook from the vegetable lady, Margaret, across the street. It was a whole storefront. And there were no shelves or anything. It was like from the 19th century. Nobody had ever redone the inside. She had like crates and stuff with boards on them. And it was huge. It was like, say, 100 feet by 20 feet. And it was filled with the most delicious, fabulous, fresh vegetables. And she and the Italian ladies taught me how to cook. Like I go and get a tomato. They say, okay, do this, do that. I get a carrot. They'd say, chop it up, get a pan, whatever, and the butcher who was there just till 10 years ago, right across from Raoul's on Prince Street, you know where that is?
Yeah.
It's on Prince between like Thompson and geez, isn't that amazing? Sullivan. They had chairs and all these little old ladies in black, totally dressed in black, like right out of whatever, a Francis Ford Coppola movie, would sit there all day long. And I'd go in and I'd hand over my recipe that I'd cut out of Better Homes and Gardens or, he'd say, no, don't do that. This is what you do to veal. And they taught me how to pound the veal and soak it in milk and make roasts and cook chicken and everything. And I was a kid. I was like 20 because I'd gotten thrown out of college for protesting the Vietnam War. So I was like 20 years. I hadn't finished college. I got suspended twice. First for this disobeying some kind of arcane social rule about going to men's apartments at Alfred University. I went to college.
Wait, you went to Alfred?
Yes.
Okay, I went to Alfred on a summer program. My junior year. Okay, after my junior year, I was going to go there. I applied there because I wanted to study physics, and they had a fantastic science program up
You
in
mean,
near.
you mean the ceramic in the
physics program?
in the
like
regular school? Yeah,
Yeah.
in the regular school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? It's
I
so
love-
beautiful. Isn't it
It is.
beautiful there?
And no, I didn't go there because at the end of the day, I was like, okay, it's too small. I want to go to a bigger school. But I loved the summer program. It was great, and have a lot of people who got the pre-med go there
Wow.
as well. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I was suspended in 1965. That's when I got pregnant.
Okay.
And because I had to go to this hearing. Anyways, and that's when I moved to New York City
Oh wow. Okay.
all by myself with $250 and pregnant.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
That. Oh my gosh.
That is. So you went from Alfred. Where is Alfred, by the way?
So if you draw a triangle from like Buffalo to Syracuse and then south, like almost to Pennsylvania, right, Alice?
Uh-huh.
Southern tier,
Southern tier, yeah.
what they call the southern tier, like, east of Buffalo, west of Syracuse, but down.
Down by Ithaca, like closer to Ithaca.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Very
It's
near.
beautiful out there. Yeah, I've driven through there to Canada. It's Southern tier is really pretty.
It's gorgeous. It's like rolling hills, green.
Green, very green. Prettier, way prettier than Pennsylvania. Because I drove up through Pennsylvania, and as soon as you get into New York State, it's just gorgeous.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
remember that. My mother's from Reading. So, after my parents were married and I was born, 9 months, like almost to the day after my father got back from World War II, we would drive from Buffalo to Reading, and you would have to drive through the coal fields. Are they still there with the smoking mounds of whatever you call it, coke? The Alice, have you ever been there?
Oh no, I used to go to Reading. Reading was the outlet capital of the world for a long time.
Yes.
Yes. Well, this was
I go
before
there.
that.
This
This was before that.
Oh yeah,
This
I
was
don't
way
know.
before that, like right after World War II. So, say 1947, 48.
Okay.
We drive for it would take like 6 hours through these mining towns, through all the mining towns. They were
Okay.
so fucking depressing. Oh my God. It was very upsetting and depressing. And they had in those days they had heaps and heaps of coke it's the waste from the coal. And it was did you see what's that series about the Queen that's on Netflix? About Queen Elizabeth. Well, they have one episode in Wales where this whole mountain of coke collapses, like on a children's school. It's like very dangerous and like it's smoking. It's miles and miles of black smoking ash and stuff. And we would drive through it. I would think, is this what life is really about? Is this what life is? This is very depressing. I want to move somewhere fancy.
Yeah.
East Hampton is fine. New York City. Yeah. Are you from Are you from Pennsylvania, Lyn?
Yes.
Lyn, where are you from? Philadelphia?
I'm from this really bad part of Pennsylvania called Philadelphia. Yes.
Oh, Philly.
Yeah. North Philly to be exact.
North.
So I've been in Reading. I have a friend out in Reading.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I go out there sometime to see her. Well, I haven't been in a while, but.
Yeah. So Lyn, why don't you tell us a little bit about the high school where you went?
Oh, you mean my middle school?
Your middle school, the Robert Clemente Day. I think I may even remember the middle Clemente Middle School. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Wow. Eileen remembers. Yes. It was a former pantyhose factory located in the Latino area of North Philly, because Philadelphia is kind of a segregated city. So we have lots of ghetto areas, and I lived in, I guess you could say, the Latino area. And what was the Latino ghetto? So it was Roberto Clemente Middle School. I guess they thought they were doing us a favor by naming it that, but the poor man was, yes.
Or his family.
Exactly. He was a Pittsburgh Pirate. He wasn't a Philadelphia Philly.
No, but he's one of the greatest pitchers of all time, right?
Yes.
I mean,
so. I'm not a sports fan. I'm pretty sure he was. And he was also a do-gooder. He was on his way to Nicaragua to, I think, around Christmas to deliver food, and his plane crashed. So
I remember it. I knew it when you said it before you said his name, because I remember.
Yeah.
And he was a great player. Great player.
It's just sad that they named so many. That building in particular, he deserved much.
Listen, look at it this way. His name is alive.
Yes.
His name is alive on At Home with Eileen Bang Bang.
Exactly. So that's great.
Listen, everybody here just fucking forgot about Roberto Clemente, but no. His name has been brought back to life by you, Lyn, and probably some others.
I feel good about that. About that, because that school was, it was the school of hard knocks. And eventually the parents protested enough. They said, we can't take any more of the pantyhose. So they got a brand new building. some
See?
years after I left there. So that's cool. Yeah, he finally did get the building he deserved.
Yeah, I mean, his name lives on.
It
Even though
does.
you did say, you said, remember the pens where we saw the children being kept on the border?
Oh,
That was where you used to have your
that was
rest period.
where we had recess. It was a cage with asbestos pillars made of asbestos. And it's like, just go in there, everybody, after crappy lunch. This horrendous lunch that nobody would even eat. People would just buy chips at the vending machine, and so would I.
Yep.
If they had computers.
So then where'd you go to high school?
I went to Mastbaum High School in a section called Kensington, which at the time was more a white section of the city. It's more integrated now, but there's one famous person who graduated from Mastbaum High, which is, I'm blanking out. Her name is, help me, Hill Street Blues. Oh, Veronica Hamill.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, she
Yeah.
was very hot.
She graduated from there, I think, she was class of 1962. So her picture was up. That was a big deal.
Wow. Ooh, a movie star. I mean, you didn't even have to settle for like somebody who got the National Science Award or something. You know,
I know.
that's the only people whose picture was up at Holy Angels Academy where I went. We didn't get a new bell. They closed. Those nuns closed my high school. Like
That
5
was
or
in
6
West
years ago, in Buffalo.
What was Buffalo like? Because I drove through those rolling hills to get to Buffalo, and I know it was a boom town at a certain point, and
Yes.
I find it an interesting city. It's so close to Canada. What was that like for you, Eileen?
You find it interesting or uninteresting?
Interesting.
Yeah.
The history of it and
It's
everything.
a fabulous place. Like at the turn of the century. So Buffalo was the first city that had electricity.
Oh, wow.
In the
Okay.
whole country?
Yes,
I'm going to take these off.
the city of light,
Nice.
because we were right near Niagara Falls. And so that they could make power. And around the turn, and then the Erie Canal ends at Buffalo. So, you know, the East Coast sort of ends there. And then the journey to the Midwest starts there through the lakes with all the big boats, all the huge barges, all the big lake steamers. You know, what's that song, you know, Alice, you know that song, the Edmund Fitzgerald by da 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 da.
Uh,
Tip of my tongue, Alice.
Yeah, right. You know what? I know both of you know it because everybody sings it at karaoke. Everyone everywhere sings the Edmund Fitzgerald at karaoke. And if I could, and the guy who wrote it is this very handsome Canadian singer, like folk singer. Well,
Justin Bieber.
no, you know, my breakup boyfriend had a 10-year-old daughter, McKenna, and you know, sometime in 20, you know, whatever year it was, she's going, I want to see Justin Bieber. I want to see Justin Bieber. Eric and I are going, yeah, fine, great, Justin Bieber. You know, it's like another 10-year-old, you know, pop stars. Justin Bieber. It took us really like 6 months to figure out who the hell she was talking, that it was Justin Bieber. Not Bieber. No, Justin Bieber did not write the Ballad of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Gordon Lightfoot.
I've actually heard of him. I have.
Yes. Alice, you know who he is, right?
okay. Yes. Okay. Now that you mention that.
And he wrote that fabulous song about the Lakers, these huge, huge ships that, you know, as big as the barges in the East River and here, you know, that we're bringing food from the Erie Canal to Chicago, You know, they go through the lakes, through the locks on the lakes.
Well, Western New York, yeah, that's what makes it so special.
So yeah, and then they have so a lot of really rich people live there. So there's like 30 houses by Frank Lloyd Wright. I mean, that's like, but these huge mansions from like the late 19th century and beautiful. The person who designed Paris and Washington D.C. designed Buffalo. So
That's
think about,
amazing.
isn't
Okay.
it? Think about Washington as are those circles, right? And then
Right.
the avenues come off them.
yeah.
And
The
it makes it
traffic
known
circle?
it's big boulevards, like double wide, you know, and that's Buffalo is designed that way. So, and my mother used the heart of it is Forest Lawn Cemetery, which is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And my mother used to pack a lunch. I was thinking about it the other day and wheel me in my stroller and we go over to Forest Lawn. Everybody used it like a park. It was so beautiful. It's like Central Park. It's like designed by Olmsted, Frederick Law Olmsted.
Okay.
Oh,
But
that's
Lynn,
right.
you're right. I mean,
It has his name all over Buffalo. Yes.
yeah, you know, like he designed Central Park. So when I came here, I felt right at home. We had a ramble. We had all those things, all those little bridges. We're like, I grew up 2 blocks away from Delaware Park. They had a golf course and like outdoor bowling. What do you call that? Or
Bocce ball? Or
where they sweep it, you know, I forget, lawn, lawn bowling, curling, they had curling. What'd you say, Lynn?
I said polo. I don't know any.
Well, they had riding paths. They had big stables and tennis courts. And they had a zoo. I used to go over and feed the elephant. He put his trunk through the bars. This is days before glass or anything. There
So
also a big gorilla named Eddie used to throw his poop at you. Eddie, of course, was a big favorite with my brothers. I have to go in the zoo and see if
do
they
you
could.
still have family there?
Yeah, I have a million. I go there all the time.
Oh,
I'm
that's
still best friends with all the girls I went to high school with.
Okay.
And I have like 40 or 50 relatives there. And I love it there. It's beautiful.
Do you have family reunions? I want to go.
Okay. Okay. Yes, actually, we have one every year, actually, in the Catskills, just because my brother and I live here and fuck them, they can come here. And up near Palin Village, we stay in this little old hotel, you know, like those hotels, you know, where you get 3 meals a day. Was down here, was Comfort Lodge. Where did you stay, Alice? What's the name of the place?
Oh, Coven, what is it?
Coven Lodge.
Coven Harbor. Coven Haven, excuse me, Coven Haven. Yeah,
Coven
you got,
Haven?
yeah. Like
Not
an old,
COVID haven, I hope. Oh, painted by this word.
yeah, it's one of those all-inclusive resorts, like you, Mohawk Mountain House?
Yes,
Eileen?
I know it very well.
Yeah, remember like years ago, you could go for the summer and you paid like a fixed rate,
Yes,
you know?
this place is like that. It's one of the not the grand houses. It's like more like a little, looks like a farmhouse or something, but it's a hotel. You know, it is built as a hotel. And but I mean, it must be almost 200 years old. You know, it could be from the
Is
last.
it haunted?
Yes,
Oh no.
it is. Yes. What's your favorite kind of haunting, Lynn?
Well, speaking of Ithaca, I actually grew up. I don't know why I grew up on Cayuga Street because Pennsylvania, actually Philadelphia's streets, a lot of them are named after the counties in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yes, but my street in particular was named after a county in New York State, which is Cayuga County, and there's a lake. One of the Finger Lakes is Lake Cayuga.
Yeah.
And it's also the Twilight Zone production company, Rod Serling. He grew up, I think he was from Ithaca, right?
Oh, really?
Sure.
You mean Cayuga Productions is the name of his production company?
Yes.
Rod
That produced
Serling?
the Twilight Zone. So it was befitting of my childhood, which was kooky, wacky.
Spooky.
Could have, yes, sometimes spooky where we lived. Let me make sure. I don't want to give misinformation. So let me fact.
Well, Ithaca is a very fabulous place. And at that time, Joan Baez was a very famous singer.
Folk singer, right?
Yes. I mean, you know who she is, Alice, right?
Yeah.
And she was dating Bob Dylan. And that's who she wrote Forever Young for.
Okay.
And another, yeah, where she says, speaking for me, we both could have died then and there. I'm in a hotel in Washington Square. I love that song. Anyway, Joan Baez's sister was Mimi Farina, who was also a singer, and she married this fabulous singer, comedian, writer named Richard Farina. And he was teaching at it's Cornell, right? There's Ithaca College and Cornell. They're both.
Yeah.
And he got killed in a motorcycle accident. There's gorges and ravines there.
Yeah.
And, right around the time that he and Bob Dylan used to go bike riding together. And Bob Dylan also got, if you can remember that far back, which sometimes I can, he got really hurt in a motorcycle accident too. But Richard Farina wrote this incredible book called Been Down So Long, It Looks Like Up to Me. It is fucking hilarious. It's about college life, about being a college professor. It's a fabulous book. And he was Joan Baez's brother-in-law. And it was really a loss when he got killed. If you ever want a good book to read it. It's screamingly hilarious, and it's very political, and it was written in 69 or something. When did I got thrown out for basically sex in 1965.
Woo! Go Eileen.
Thank you.
That was worth it.
Thank you. I didn't really have sex, but I was staying in a boys' apartment, so they figured with my girlfriend and her boyfriend who were having sex. But I guess they figured I could have sex if I wanted it. And so that was a violation of some sort. And then in 68, I was suspended once again for protesting the Vietnam War. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Not taking that shit.
Right.
Or take a pull off that shit. That's Dimebag Darrell, one of my favorite musicians. Have you ever heard of Pantera?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. We'll Never See Us Like Again. Another one. Dimebag.
And
One of the
did his brother pass recently?
Yes. Yes. And one of the other musicians this year. Yes.
Wow. So Eileen had no
Winnie
idea.
Paul. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that you were into metal like that. Wow. Do you like Metallica?
Not so much.
Hardcore. She's hardcore. Pantera.
And
a
thank
whole
you for
different
asking.
level.
I like Zach Weil. I like Black Label Society. I like Korn. I like Disturbed.
All the
73.
goth type guys with blue black hair, right? Or pitch black hair.
Or conversely, the blondes.
So
They were born
Poison,
blonde.
AC/DC.
What?
Poison, AC/DC.
They're
No,
okay. I like these other groups more.
Gotcha.
Like Ozfest.
Okay.
I like Motley Crue. You
Yeah.
know, And Ozzy is like a god to me. Have you ever seen him perform? I couldn't fucking believe it. I thought, what's the big whoop about? You know, and he walks on stage, and I saw him when he was really fucked up, when he had that illness and he was whatever the hell.
Rip a bat's head off, did he?
No, that was from a long time ago. I saw him say in 2010, and then the ensuing after he stopped performing there for a while. Uproar was the name of the tour, not Ozfest. It was Uproar, and actually that's why I got divorced. I left my husband to go to Ozfest.
That's a good enough reason.
Thank you very much, Lyn. I appreciate the support.
And who's the other Lyn, by the way? The one who said something about the painting?
Yes, Alice. She was in our writing for late night TV class. She's Asian.
Asian.
Lyn,
Yeah.
she was one of the hosts on the show on Saturday night. She did
Oh yeah.
Is her name Lyn?
yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Lyn. It's hyphenated like twice, but her first name is Lyn.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And yes, she's the one that said that. Big Eileen. She said, Eileen, I'm looking in the background. She said, looks like you already have a blow up doll.
Oh, wait a minute. Was I on that Zoom call? I think I was.
I think you were too.
Now
I think you performed.
Yeah.
It's one of the times you performed.
I had a question from earlier. What exactly is a breakup boyfriend? Like, do you know you're going to break up with him when you're with him, or what does that mean?
That is hilarious. No, I met when I broke up with my husband. He was like my first boyfriend. You know, he's like Lyn, but Lyn, you know, you have a point there. You have a definite point there. I think I knew I was going to break up with him from day one. But I meant breakup, you know, like when you break up with somebody. What are some of the other names? You know, like transitional or
Oh, it's this situationship. That's what they call
Yes,
it now.
yeah.
Situationship.
you know, like where, or you know, if you're on the rebound, so rebound boyfriend, you know, where you'll pretty much take anything. You're like bouncing out, you're rebounding off the walls. That's sort of how I see that one.
I was going to ask you that wedding pic. Where was that taken?
My wedding, Buffalo. I got married in Buffalo. My parents were so excited. And we had a frigging blast. We had so much fun. My parents are party animals. I mean, we're party animals. R.I.P. Jane and Dave. They were party animals. I mean, it was a party and all their friends were party animals. I'm a party animal. I gave them an anniversary party when I was like 7. And my mother goes, Eileen, you don't have to do this. We know about the surprise. You know, I just ignored them. And you know, the whole neighborhood came over. And what I had seen them do for their parties, you know, they'd have drinks and they'd have parties every Saturday night. They'd make pictures of Manhattans and pictures of martinis. So that's what I did. I knew how to make all those drinks. I knew how to make hors d'oeuvres, you know, from when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
That is incredible.
Thanks for asking. Yes, I was a very lucky person with great parents. I mean, no one asked me if I wanted brothers, but, you know, that's for another day. I told my younger brother, Dennis, I said, you know, I love you so much. And I've never forgiven you for having been born.
Right.
First, he sort of looked a little surprised, and then he went, I know what you mean.
That's definitely an only child kind of thing to say. So how long were you an only child?
What?
How long were you an only child?
Well, my mother got pregnant, and then the baby died when I was about 3. And so it turned out I was an only child for 6 years. So in effect, it really, and then my younger brother Dennis is born, what a fucking disappointment. Oh, geez. Oh, you can have someone to play with. Ugh, no, I'm going to have somebody's diapers to change, and babysitting.
Did you want a little sister?
I didn't want anyone. I liked it the way it was.
The way it was.
My mother had this idea that being an only child was lonely, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. She was out of her mind, Thank God I get along with my brothers. I adore them. They adore me. And we have a ton of fun. And their wives are great. So, and my nieces and nephew, I'm lucky,
That's great.
Well, it's getting close to 5 o'clock. I can't believe it.
It's been fine.
How fun was this?
This was great.
Thank you for this impromptu session.
Yes, this is great.
My God, it was so great. It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Can I take a pic before I forget?
Oh, good idea. Okay, so how are you going to take it? I should take one too. I didn't even tape it. Oh, this is taped.
Yeah.
Sorry about this bandana. I have so many that now I have to just put them over my head because I don't know what to do with them. So okay, say cheese.
Okay.
Adam, can you change your expression? He's had the same expression the whole hour.
How do you do that, Adam?
I can send you a screenshot where I won't be on the screen.
Talented. The same
I'm
thing.
gonna try again. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
Here we go.
I think it's my hair or something. Okay. Sorry. It does that. Sorry. Oh. How could I forget? These are an ode to Eileen.
Thank you. Yes. Glasses. Men do make passes at girls who wear glasses.
Okay.
Well, everybody, we'll be back here again soon.
Thank you.
All right, Miss
Thanks
Lynn.
a million. It was wonderful. It was great.
Thank
You
you.
made my day.
All right.
You made mine.
Bye, ladies.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.